Hello friends, welcome back. If you missed the other videos in this series, know that we are working through my takes on the book How to Change by Dr. Katy Milkman. Today we're diving into chapter 3, where Milkman describes the strongest, most evidence-backed tool for behavior change called commitment devices. A commitment device is anything that helps you commit now to a behavior you'll want to stick with later, especially when motivation drops. The term comes out of behavioral economics, and Dr. Milkman notes that it was popularized by Nobel laureates like Richard Thaler. For readers of the book, Milkman shares examples like locked savings accounts, where you have money that you can't touch until a future date or you'll get a financial penalty. Another example I can share of a commitment device comes from my own life. I did a walking challenge where if I didn't hit 10,000 steps in a day, I had to pay the other participants $50, and they had to pay me if they missed. We all made it to the end of the month. But here's an interesting part. I didn't stop at the end of the challenge. I just finished the 365-day mark of hitting this goal. The commitment device jump-started a habit for me that became part of my identity. But we'll hit that type of content later when we start talking about streaks. Milkman also shared a study that concerned students that made me pause because it deals with education. One group, the control, had a regularly spaced assignments, the way that you'd find in a normal class. The other had flexibility. They could turn in 3 papers any time by the end of the term, but here's the twist. They could opt into specific deadlines with real point penalties for late works. Even though it sounds counterintuitive, students who chose the stricter deadlines did better. So this raises some questions for higher education. Chunking assignments is already a best practice in course design. So I wonder, was the power in the study described by Milkman the structure or the choice to give up flexibility? Does opting in make deadlines feel more salient? And are students telling us that they actually crave structure? And now I want to bring in an adult learner question. Flexibility is often framed as essential for adults, and in many cases it is. So here's my note. I'm not convinced commitment devices work the same for everyone. Some learners may benefit from structure. Others, especially those new to education, may need the grace and space before they can commit tightly. I don't have a clean recommendation here, and you know I hate that. I do think that commitment devices open a useful conversation about how we balance flexibility, structure, and support without assuming a one-size-fits-all approach. So I leave you with this question. Have commitment devices ever worked for you or for the students you support? Tell me your story in the comments. So those are my notes in the margin for chapter 3. Share your experiences in the comments, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode where, you guessed it, we're going streaking.